All right, so this week we're going to be transitioning to the business model canvas. And the business model canvas is a separate canvas. So you've been using the value proposition canvas, which is really maps the idea. This is actually mapping the entire business and how it's going to function. So I'm giving you articles and videos to watch, but I just want to make sure there's some key principles that we get. First of all, just so we're on the same page, you're going to see customer segments, where we just talked about in other videos, and value propositions. These two boxes are essentially what you're filling out right now with your value proposition canvas. So what they did is they just took these two boxes and made it more detailed. So when you're filling out the business model canvas, it's more high level. So we mentioned Uber before. I would mention for Uber, there's international travelers, there's domestic travelers, and maybe there's commuters, just for now. And their value propositions would be it costs less, it's more secure, and reduces car payments and saves time. Okay, so ideally if there's a customer segment over here, there's a value proposition that's very clear. And remember, that's why we separate each individual segment should have its own unique value proposition. And it's okay just to have one customer segment to begin with, okay? Especially if you're just starting out and they're just guesses, it's totally okay just to make guesses. Okay, over here on the channels, so if you're telling me that there's a customer segment that really has a value, that they love your product, channel says how are they going to hear about it? So how does this customer segment hear about your value proposition? The go-to, obviously, for most people are like, well, social media or paid advertisement. There's a lot. So we'll be exploring that over weeks, but there's referral marketing, just like word of mouth. There's affiliate marketing where people are being salesmen for you. There's different types of channels. Okay, customer relationships. These are just the small things that businesses do to maintain a relationship month over month. So think of Trader Joe's. So Trader Joe's, they're not on a subscription service, right? Like every time I go to Trader Joe's, they get my money when I pay, but they don't get it if I stay away. So what does Trader Joe's or what do other companies do that keep me coming back? Okay, that keep me in the loop, they keep the relationships. A small example that I always love to give is Netflix. So when you get done with watching House of Cards, they're going to give you recommendations saying, oh, you watched House of Cards? Check out these other movies. So one, think about it from a customer side, it's great because now I see other movies, like I rated it high, so I want to watch other movies like House of Cards. But for Netflix's side, the business side, it means I stay on Netflix and I'll continue to pay because they're continually recommending really good content for me. Okay, on this side is key activities. This one is essentially just what you're doing on your business today. So for many of you, you're just trying to fill out a value proposition canvas. For some of you, you might be interviewing customers. For some of you, you might be like trying to get revenue for the first time or scaling. For some of you, you might be focusing on like building out your channels and figuring out like a good distribution model. Okay, this changes a lot. So every time you go back to your business model canvas, you would just do a reevaluation of like what is key activities, what do I need to focus on? Key resources are almost like the building blocks of your business. So I personally have a software company, so our servers are a key resource. Even the internet provider is a key resource. We have to have internet at a certain level for us to work well. Our technology, our IP, intellectual property, is a key resource. So anything that's like absolutely crucial, and sometimes for students, like this can be time or this can be skill set. So if you're starting out with your computer science degree, this can be a key resource. If you have great artistic skills, this can be your key resources. Key partners, we'll dive more into that, but that's pretty self-explanatory that you're partnering up with someone. The key thing is just you're either partnering up with someone to offer something special, like a discount, or you're coming together to create something new. So an example on that would be I actually used to sell pet insurance. There's a pet insurance company here in Boise. It's like human health insurance for pets. And there were other big carriers like Allstate and Farmers Insurance, and they didn't want to run their own pet insurance company. So they would partner with us, and they would offer their members saying, hey, we now offer pet insurance through this company, and if you sign up, you get a 20% discount. So that was a unique partnership because we came together to offer a unique discount to that group. The other one is where two companies come together and they build something new. This is best explained by Legos. So when I grew up, there was only like 5 or 6 types of Legos. There was your pirate set, your city space set, there was the farmer set, and then there was space. That was probably about it. Okay, now I go down the Lego aisle and there's Lego Avengers, Lego Halo, Lego Disney, Lego this. So they've come together and they said, hey, let's take a popular movie or a popular kid set and let's build Legos around that. Okay. So another one would be for food. So yeah, for Taco Bell, the Doritos Taco Loco thing, right? So they took their normal tacos, except for the shell, they turned it into a Doritos taco. So that was a unique product that came together by two companies forming. So when you think of key partners, think of something that they can, typically in this class, we'll talk about whether you're creating something new or doing a special offering, which is unique because when you think about Shark Tank, a lot of times they're pitching themselves. So like Kevin O'Leary or Mark Cuban will say like, oh, I've got this huge platform, or I've got, I'm valuable. So sometimes we think of them as like key partners, but per the business model canvas, they could be a key resource, right? Because they come to them as like for mentoring, like, hey, we need help trying to figure out how to scale this. That would almost be more of a key resource. Or when Kevin O'Leary says like, hey, I have this huge like wedding group as part of my portfolio. This actually could be it could be a channel. Okay, his wedding group could be a channel because now all of a sudden they'll start advertising to that channel. But if and when they create something new or create a special partnership, that's when they fall under partners. Okay, cost structure, very self-explanatory. Cost structure is just what it costs to run your business. Okay, so if you were like doing your books, it would just be what's the money going out of your business. It could be for employees, it could be for insurance, it could be for travel costs, whatever is consistently coming out. That's typically what you'd have. The last one is revenue streams. What we want to focus here is what type of revenue streams. There's two ones that I want to make sure we're aware of. One is recurring and one is transactional. We'll go into a few others later, but recurring means it's month over month. So this is the Netflix model, right? Like I don't have to whip out my credit card every month to reconfirm Netflix, it just automatically pays. Almost all businesses morph towards that now. Like even ones that were transactional before, they're morphing towards recurring because it's consistent revenue coming in. The other one is transactional. It goes back to the Trader Joe's example. So anytime Trader Joe's gets my money, it's because I physically walked in and I gave them my credit card and came back. Amazon is a blend of businesses. So normally they're transactional, right? I click a button, I want to buy that book, or I click this. But they're adding more and more features where it's just subscription based. So Audible, I get audiobooks. Every month they just charge and I get a new audiobook. They have the click and save, click and subscribe and save buttons. So that was like when we were doing diapers, right, for my kids. Instead of just having to click the button every month, they said, hey, go ahead and click this button and we'll send you just automatically every month this amount of diapers and we'll give you at a discount. So why would they do that? Because they want it just to be recurring, because they'd rather have Amazon ship it every month than risk me going to Walmart maybe 2 or 3 times out of the year to buy diapers instead of Amazon. So we'll go over this more, but I want to make sure that we understood the difference between value proposition canvas, which is really mapping out your idea, versus mapping out your actual business and your business model via this canvas.